This video is part of my slow motion series for very visual learners. And in this one, I'm going to show you how to tink decreases. And tink is the word knit backwards, and it's a way of working through the stitches one by one to unravel them to get back to a certain place to correct a mistake. And I hope you never need this video, but here it is in case you need it. You're going to tink through and you're going to hit some decreases this time. And it was either last week or 2 weeks ago. As I sit here, I'm not sure how the schedule is going to work out. I put out a video on tinking increases, and I will go ahead and give you a link to that in the video description field, or if you click the little eye in the upper right hand corner. So in this video, first I'm going to run through the stitches in case you need a refresher in how they're done. So run through it one direction, and then I'm going to go the opposite direction and tink those out. And I'm going to do knit two together, SSK or slip slip knit, and PSSO, which is slip a stitch, knit a stitch, pass slip stitch over. You'll see it when we actually work it. Let's go slow-mo. As promised, I'm going to work these stitches first before we unwork them. So I'll knit up to the first marker. Slip that marker, and the first decrease is a knit two together. The most common decrease, just knitting two stitches together, just like you knit one stitch. Knit a stitch up to the next marker. And this one is a slip slip knit. Slip one stitch as if to knit, slip a second stitch as if to knit. Put your left needle into the front of those two stitches so you're in a position to knit them together through the back loops. This gives you a left leaning decrease. Knitting a stitch to the next marker, slipping a stitch, knitting a stitch, and then binding off that one stitch or passing the slip stitch over. This decrease is usually called PSSO. Now back the other direction. I'm going to unknit these stitches. The first one's just a knit stitch. I put my needle down into the V below and just pop it off. This one, because it's left leaning, I have to take the stitch off the needle, give it a tug to pop out that stitch, then quickly grab the two loops. Now they're both twisted, so when I put them on the left needle, I give them a twist to get them on there the right way. Actually, just the first one was twisted. This next one will have two twisted stitches. Here we are at the SSK. Again, because this is left leaning, I have to take my needle out, give the working yarn a tug, then quickly pick up those two stitches. And I pick them up, and in picking them up quickly, I don't straighten them out. I'd rather have them on the needle and then straighten them out one at a time when I transfer them to the left needle. We always want the right leg in front. And this one's knit two together, super easy. It's just like tinking, whoops, here we are. It's just like tinking a regular knit stitch. I'm going to put my tip of my needle into the V below the stitch. Make sure I have two loops on that needle. Give the working yarn a tug, pop, and they're both mounted correctly already. And these are just knit stitches. Pop. I hope that helps. Good luck.